Now I'd like to talk about the second level training of the specialty products. By now you would have heard about the pain relief cream. And in the specialty products, the pain relief cream is the #1 specialty product that we wish to market internationally. We also have an eczema cream, and we also are proud to represent a couple of products that we didn't develop. One I call GlycoSure, a type 2 diabetes product, and another one is a little cell tab for phones that helps to reduce radiation. But I want to start with the pain relief cream because it's so important. This would be a large size of the pain relief cream. This is like an 8-ounce pump or 240 ml. It's often sold in a 2 or 4-ounce cream jar, which is about this size. And for those people, though, that have arthritis, they often like to buy the bigger size. And one thing I just want to point out is that with all our skin cream products, we have what we call travel size, which is this tiny little tub. And these travel sizes, as you're training your people, everyone should try this travel size. And I'll just quickly comment on the tools of the trade. These travel sizes are one of the tools of the trade. Obviously, this DVD is a tool of the trade. And in addition, the reference manual is a tool of the trade. So those are indispensable things that you need to have. We also have a color price sheet that sometimes can be helpful. So this little guy right here that we thought we'd originally just give away is a very saleable item. And who's ever marketing the products, if you're marketing them or you're supporting other people marketing them, these products need to be sold. And our distributor in Oregon and Washington, what he does is he walks into a drugstore, because that's his market with the pain relief cream, and he says to them, for example, that, well, we have this 4-ounce pain relief cream, and they'll say, well, what's the wholesale cost? And he'll say, well, $10. Say, well, what does it sell for? They go $17, whatever you want to sell it for. Say, well, we can't buy it for $10. We have to sell it for $10. It's too expensive. And he says, no, it's actually not too expensive because it works. And when it works, you're going to get repeat customers. So some of the store owners say, well, I don't know, it just seems too expensive. So then what he does is he says, well, why don't you just allow me to put 50 of these in a little basket with a little card saying pain relief cream, and you can put a low price on it, like $2, and see what happens. Then he comes back, normally 10 days later, they've sold out of at least half of them. People have their pain relief, and they're asking for larger sizes. So that little tub, we call it, the 1/4 ounce or 7 ml travel size, is indispensable in marketing. In fact, that distributor, if he orders 200 cream, orders 5 times the amount of the travel size, because to this day, it's just a huge seller. And recently, we had a woman go to a spa, and she thought, a spa trade show, I should say, and she thought that if she brought a couple of hundred, she'd be fine. But she sold out within hours, and she quickly had to order almost 1,000 of them. So those little travel sizes are very, very important. And there is another little container we have that's a 1-ounce size. It's a little pump top, and that's also very good for both the pain relief cream and the facial cream as a demo. So continuing back on the pain relief topic, pain is a result of nerves that are sending impulses to our brain triggering pain, and that can be due to pressure, or pressure or lack of circulation. So if we have, say, an injury, what happens is that it's sort of like a stress, a tense area. Now, that tense area creates a block of blood flow. In traditional Chinese medicine, they call it a block of qi, a block. Now, in traditional Chinese medicine, they want to apply heating to it, like menthol and cayenne. We have 2 versions of this cream. One has menthol in it and one does not. So I'll discuss the one that doesn't have any menthol in it, because the menthol creates a bit of movement, a bit of heating and a bit of movement to increase the circulation, which is one factor in reducing pain. But sometimes pain is not a result of reduction of circulation. It's a result of pure tension. And that tension in the muscles, tendons, and ligaments can be reduced by a combination that we've come up with of pure essential oil of lavender combined with this patented natural plant sulfur, which we use as a base in all our creams, called MSM. That combination with a couple of herbs like chamomile in our quick absorption cream is what relieves the pain. Now, recently we had a gentleman who said, well, I had tennis elbow, and I put a little on it, didn't seem to work very well. I have neck tension personally, and once in a while I'll wake up at night with pain, maybe 4 to 6 weeks. In order to get the desired results, I apply it every 5 minutes, 3 to 4 times. And normally my pain goes within about 15 minutes down about 50%. It's not a miracle. It's not going to reduce pain 100% for everybody. In fact, some people, it may only reduce it 10 or 20%. But for most people, we believe if they apply it 2 or 3 times, it's going to reduce their pain at least 50%. Very good for migraine headaches. You put it over your whole face and your temples. And I also keep it in the car when I'm traveling just to reduce that headache before it comes. So it's multiple uses, and it's really what we call a healing cream. Now, this pain relief cream or healing cream we use as a base of all our creams, and it's pure white. And then when we make the facial cream, we add in other high-potency nutraceuticals that I've covered elsewhere. So in specialty products, which is category 3, the most important product is the pain relief cream. Now, there are a couple of other products. I did mention briefly that we have a product that we call GlycoSure. Now, in Ayurveda, which is an ancient system of health and healing from India, there's an herb called Gemena sylvestre that's well known 5,000 years ago even. And it helps to stabilize blood sugar. Blood sugar today is a big problem because many people are overdoing white flour and white sugar, and they were drinking pop as kids, so that the blood sugar levels are going up and down and up and down. The pancreas is confused, and it's projected in the United States, as an example, that up to 1 in 10 people, which is amazing, can actually be affected with diabetes. And so this product helps to prevent it, helps to stabilize blood sugar, and also can be a cure for type 2 diabetes, or can be, we don't like to use the word cure, but the symptoms can be removed to the point where with proper diet and exercise under proper health care, with this supplement, type 2 diabetes doesn't have to be a concern. We did not develop that product, but we're happy to represent that product. There's another product that we didn't develop that's very good for cell phones, and it's a little tab that you put on a cell phone, and EMF radiation, electromagnetic frequency, is affecting us. Now, some people say, well, it's such a small amount. It's like microwaves. Yes, it's a small amount. However, that small amount, like let's say you were a cook and you worked by a microwave every day, and the microwave didn't have a very good, protection around it. In 10, 15 years, that could affect your health. So even though it's only a little bit of an effect, over time, we don't want any negative effects. In North America, I think that we're quite arrogant, and our health condition is declining. In areas of the world I've been to, such as northern islands of Fiji, where they have no chemicals, they've been growing organic food time immemorial for thousands of years. There's 0 diabetes, 0 cancer, 0 arthritis. And those people look at our culture as very, very backward. And it's funny, as we develop more and more chemicals and eat more and more chemicals, it seems like the more chemicals and pharmaceutical drugs we eat, the more we think we're advanced. This device that we were talking about for cell phones is equally impressive, in my opinion, because electromagnetic radiation, it's really a very high frequency of electromagnetic radiation. And this high frequency, studies have shown there's DNA stranding, and it affects the brain. So, for example, if you have a portable phone, it isn't just cell phones, it's portable phones, microwave, computer, etc., that you put this little tab on. These EMF, we call them for short, electromagnetic frequency waves, if an individual is an adult, it may affect maybe, sort of come in and affect maybe half their brain or maybe 30% of their brain. But with younger people, it affects an extra 20%. And the younger you are, because your skull is less developed, the more prone you are to damage. In fact, there are people, of course, using cell phones in developing nations where there's no phones. They started 10 years of age, and even today we see that. That's a terrible thing, in my opinion. It's not wise. It's very, very unwise. And again, coming back to these civilizations, such as Fiji, where there's zero diabetes, cancer, and arthritis, I didn't see anyone using any portable phones there as well. And so, again, although this is a product training seminar, there's a philosophy of wellness that's behind the second level training. And the philosophy is, let's not be arrogant. Let's be careful what we put into our bodies. And if we see civilizations that don't have the diseases we have in North America, let's ask ourselves the question, why? Now, I was challenged on that by a very well-educated man. He said, you know, I disagree with you. I think that because we're taking tons of drugs and we have tons of chemicals in our society, we're living longer as a result. And I said, oh, really? I know parts of the world where people are living just as long as us and they have no chemicals in their diet. And he was quiet. It's an interesting phenomenon to me, and I don't have the answer to this question. Why is it that lifespan has increased even in those parts of the world where there's no chemicals and no advanced medical procedures? And it just occurred to me that one reason could be war. Imagine if you have a war and you lose 10% of your male population at the age of 25. Well, obviously you're going to have a shorter lifespan statistically. And the last generation, although we think there's been a lot of war, frankly, there's been a lot less than previous generations. I'm possibly the first generation that's never been in a war at all. So I'm raising some deep questions here, but I want everyone, as you train people, you can explain to them that the founder, which is myself, is really on a mission to see people live long and also live long healthily. Because living long is not just what I want to do. I want to be healthy till the day I die. And the quality of health in parts of the world where they don't have this EMF radiation, where they don't have these chemicals, where they don't have POP, so their pancreas is good, where they don't have this pain. So all these products that we have are actually trying to bring us back into balance so that we're going to live longer and also look younger so that we will be happier. So even if we don't extend our lifespan, we will in fact have a more fuller, younger life. So in these specialty products, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to release some pain with the cream, and we're trying to prevent diabetes and help to cure it through diet, plus this supplement that we call GlycoSure. And also with the EMF protection on our cell phones and portable phones, microwaves, we're trying to prevent damage to our cell.